I'm assuming that some of you clicked on this video wondering if there was a mistake in the title. No. So let me start out with saying MLLH&R, 100% respectfully. I was blown away when I saw this article, mainly because when I bookmarked the article a couple of weeks ago, it was in Maternity Week magazine. It named the club, HA, Maternity Week, and maternity. I thought that was really weird. So of course, I clicked on it because I'm thinking, okay, what are these people going to say? So when I went to make the video today, I clicked on the link. The link still works, but it appears, I will drop the link in the bottom, but it appears that it is no longer connected with Maternity Week. Don't know about you, but I kind of saw that coming. Before I get into what these people are talking about, and they appear that they are not 81, they're making a lot of assumptions. I wanted to let my friend Big Smitty, Big Smitty's writing, no, I'm not riding your tailwinds here. It's just purely a coincidence that this article came out the same time you started publishing your videos. And the title, it just was like, I don't even know if I could say the name because I don't know if it's gonna like YouTube cut me off or something. But those of you that ride motorcycles or in the biker world know anything. You know HA, you know 81, you know red and white, you know other colors that we're not gonna go into in this video for obvious reasons. I have on red today. Respect. I have some very personal experience with this club, and it's all been good. I have not had any negative personal experience with them ever. But I wanted to tell you, okay, yes, I'm reading off of my computer. I am really sorry, but can't remember a whole lot sometimes. I'm sorry it makes me laugh when outsiders write articles, because knowing the inside and the outside and the middle, it's always kind of humorous to me, I guess, the assumptions that are made. Okay, for the purpose of this video, I will be referring to HA or 81 red and white, okay? Everybody knows. Let's go. First, I wanted to let you know, it's speculated that the group first started in March of 1948 in Fontana, California. Allegedly, there was a member named Otto that broke off from another club and formed this. Back then, 1948, that should tell you something. We're come the end of the war. And it should tell you the way we treat our veterans. We don't. We kind of ignore them. They go and they fight for us, and then they come back and we say, oh, okay. Not knowing the atrocities and the horrors that these people had gone through for us. So the HA was founded. It wasn't until 1965, allegedly, when the Attorney General of California, Thomas C. Lynch, began calling them hoodlums. And then the ATF swooped in with the 1% moniker, basically saying 99% of motorcycle riders in America are law-abiding and 1% are not. Thus, the triangle black patch, 1%ers. But I disagree with Thomas C. Lynch, former AG of California. The way I look at it before getting into this article is any area of society. Bankers, real estate agents, mothers, housewives, builders, bodybuilders, actors. They all have a group. People use it to paint with a broad brush. Don't make that mistake because it's really far from accurate. So we're going to go through these 30 things they've listed, and I think I'll do a series on a few things because in researching this, I found a lot of other things. The title of this really scary article that confused me because, remember, it was in Maternity Week at the time. 30 rules Hell's Angels must follow. Have no idea who wrote this. I don't know if there's a name attached. I'm not sure there would be. I'm going to read a little bit of what they say and expand on it if I can. Before they get into the rules, they sort of go into the background of the club being founded in Fontana, California in 1948. And then they expanded across the country, and in 1969, the first chapter in Europe was created. According to the HA website, as of October 2020, there are currently 467 HA charter clubs spanning 86 areas in 59 countries across 5 continents. They're big, they're massive, worldwide, you might say. Even being the expansive club that it is, spanning the globe, it's still very exclusive. So these people that wrote the article, okay, they didn't talk to HA, probably with good reason, because HA's not going to talk to you about its rules and its regulations. Keep that in mind. So they looked up their rules and guidelines and found 30 rules that HA must follow in their opinion. Okay, so this is their opinion, okay? Are we clear? The first rule is, I think everyone would know this, and if you don't, you should know this. Don't ask to join. According to this article, if you have to ask, you probably don't understand. Light bulb, truth bomb, yes. You must be voted in. Duh. The prospects, as they're called, they do things like running errands until they're going to vote them in or out. It's not a sisterhood. There are a lot of women that support red and white, but they do not belong to the club. Come on. Now that should be easy enough. We have Boy Scouts and we have Girl Scouts. So chill about women not joining the club, okay? But according to this article, women do play an integral part in running the club. Only men, as we said, can be members. But if a man is going to join, he pretty much has to have full support from his wife, girlfriend, partner. Because this isn't a hobby. This is a lifestyle. The next one they have listed is no law enforcement allowed. Some of you may say, well, duh, they don't want law enforcement in there because they're doing illegal activities. Or maybe it could be they've been harassed in the past by law enforcement. We don't know. It's their club. They can choose who's in and who's out. Don't even think about backing out once you're in. This is a process of becoming a member of HA that takes years, and you are thoroughly vetted before getting in. And before getting in, you know what you have chosen. You have chosen that lifestyle, the brotherhood, the loyalty. You've chosen pretty much a family. So once you're in, you're a member for life. The next rule they have is it's all about the bike. Now this one I have a few questions about because I have seen personally other bikes and it's more of a size than a brand. But this says you must have a Harley Davidson to even be considered. No foreign bikes are allowed. You've got to remember, these guys fought for America. Why would they want the bikes of a country they fought against to keep us safe and us free? For those not in the motorcycle world that think that the Sons of Anarchy is a 100% accurate portrayal of motorcycle life, no. First of all, if you have a cut, which is a vest, and you have the Sons of Anarchy, whatever chapter, a 3-piece thing, take it off. Do yourself a favor and take it off. You're showing your ignorance, and you don't want to do that. Believe me. Once the prospect becomes a member, you're going to get the middle piece patch, which is the skull of death with MC on it. Underneath is going to be a rocker that says your territory, and the top rocker is going to say the member of the club. HA 81, red and white, but the full name. Okay, so for these people, their cuts are sacred. They are everything. This article says if a member is arrested while wearing the cut, they are to hand the cut over to another member to avoid tainting it in jail. These aren't my words. These are the words I'm reading from the article I'm going to link below. These members will protect their cuts. They're almost like wedding rings in a way. That's really the strong bond that these cuts mean. They are sacred. They will do anything to protect them. Don't be going up and like rubbing on them and, hey, cool vest, man. No. The next thing says, be careful where you make friends. So this article, whoever wrote this article is referring back to the HA website for this, is what they say. The website warned, never combine your support with HA with other clubs. Truth bomb there. Yes. Street gangs, I think that's kind of obvious, or others if you're unaware of their status or relationship with 81 as a club. I mean, you don't want to be talking smack about someone or have a friend or person talking smack about someone and then you're teaming up. You want to be friends with these people, but you're flying the colors of HA. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that to any club. And I am saying club, I'm not saying gang, because it is a motorcycle club. Some places call it a motorcycle corporation. If it's not HA, don't wear it. Simple enough. If you're in their club, you agree to their lifestyle. The club has a very strict policy, according to this article, on knockoffs. You don't wear knockoff clothing or articles. It has to be original HA branded. This article does make a good point here. You don't want to look like you're something you're not. So if you're sporting around a printed off the web HA t-shirt, they're gonna know it. And they're gonna know that you don't know what you're doing. And a lot of times you may not want to find out what you're doing. You know, back up, Teri. Back up, back up. You want to be respectful. You just want to be respectful. According to HA, you have to earn your gear. Now, I'm going to go back to another example of this with no disrespect intended. It's just so people will say, oh, you have to earn it to wear the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, Bluebirds, I don't know, all these other clubs. You have to earn the things you wear. You just don't get something off the stand at a motorcycle rally and slap it on your shirt. That could cause trouble. The next one is something I'm sorry. If I sound funny, my ears are shut. This is something I learned in first grade. The golden rule. Do unto others as you would have done unto you. This is something I have found very true with club members. If you treat them with respect, they're going to treat you with respect. Always. One of the things I think is really funny is some people that are in support groups, so they're not really a full-fledged member of these top-tier motorcycle clubs, but in support groups, they call the style in which these bikers ride outlaw style. But if you look, they ride like police, tight together as one single unit. There are reasons for that. It protects your lane, it protects the people behind you, it protects the people in front of you, and your group can stay together. They also have a very particular riding assignment. Depending on your rank in the club, that's kind of gonna tell where you're gonna ride. They ride in seniority and ranking with the president, VP, all the way down, and the prospects are at the end. This is one I have seen personally, not with HA, but with other clubs. If one member is pulled over, everybody is pulled over. Now, the police may not have pulled the whole club over, but everyone stopped as a show of support. They're there, they're gonna help their brother. They're there to show respect. Yeah, I know what some of you are thinking, don't go there, okay? Don't go there. Basically, they pull over, as solidarity. I've got your back, bro. We're here. We support you. We're your brothers. As in any other family, this rule applies. Be there for the other members. And according to this article, there is a very strict attendance code with HA. Think about it. If you're going to be missing meetings, what is that telling the club that you're supposed to support? That you really don't care that much about it, or you would be there. Here we go back to them accessing the HA website. They ride approximately 12,000 miles together every year. So if you're in the club, you need to be ready to ride at a moment's notice. And 12,000 miles a year really sort of seems low to me, but this is what this particular article is saying. I find this kind of funny the way that this is phrased. Secret website. Let's put a little air of mystery. If you have a club that you don't want the outside, I mean, on my website, I've got a members only site. It says it's impossible to reach the official club website without the club's strict admittance. And that might not last forever, this article says, depending on how the club feels about you poking around in their business. Don't be a hacker, okay? Just don't. The next rule this website talks about is hush, hush. If you're HA, you should never be talking to the media. Well, this day and age, I really think no one should be talking to the media because they just turn it around, in my opinion. This article says they're super secret. I love the intrigue they put in here. Super secret about their activities. And they keep a very tight lid about their goings on. I can see that. There are people I don't want knowing everything I'm doing. I agree with a lot of these rules, but I think it's kind of funny the way that this article is phrased. The next rule they have is no, really, hush. It says as HA, there is a written bylaw, as well as a deeply understood rule that says you do not answer questions or talk about other members. And that counts for missing ones too. So just, be quiet. I'm a little taken about this next one. It says even bikers. I don't like that phrase. But these people are probably sitting behind a desk with nothing better to do. They said even bikers have a dress code. That it varies, this dress code varies from chapter to chapter. Some don't allow shorts, some don't allow camouflage, some don't allow this and that depending on the dress code, which is important, but they're making a big deal about it and I don't see that it's a big deal. The next rule is that you must be about giving back. I have seen this in action time and time and time again. HA has funded fundraisers for sick children, the toy drives at Christmas, fundraisers for people with cancer, fundraisers for everything. This article states that they have huge hearts, and I must say, most bikers I know do have huge hearts. Maybe it's because the way they were treated when they came back from the war, like crap, they don't want to treat other people that way. They are very active in the community, in charity, and community events. This one, you protect other members at all costs, just like you would your family, right? They will do whatever it takes to protect their reputation, to protect their club members, to protect their cuts. And this article says, even if it's about going against a huge company like Disney for a movie that they had made, they're protecting their image. Come on, it's been tarnished enough over the years. How many of you have noticed in the logo, on the top rocker, there is no apostrophe in health? Don't mention it to them. They don't care. It's their club. They can, call it whatever they want to call it. For some reason, this article saying you don't mention the apostrophe. It's respect. It's like going up and saying, why did you name your company whatever? That's just disrespectful and rude. Loyalty matters. Some of these I think are very redundant, but they need enforcing. Loyalty is very, very important. Loyalty to the club, loyalty to your family, loyalty to what you stand for. It also is you don't ride with other clubs because you are a member of a certain club. That's who you ride with, and you don't go straying around and riding with a rival club. Common sense. I'm sorry, but some of these are pretty funny. Hobby Lobby is out. They expect the club to be put above everything else. So if you have other hobbies, pretty much forget them. I have seen, though, chapters where, yeah, you want to go fishing, we'll go fishing, da-da-da. But, hobbies on the whatever, no, they're gone. This one I think everyone should adopt. Everyone across the world. Don't interrupt. If you're in a meeting, be on your best behavior. Be respectful of whoever is speaking. If you have any questions, according to this article, you need to ask them before the meeting starts. It's like any kind of corporation with meetings. The group respects their written agenda. You know, it's like the minutes in corporations and things. It's the same thing. Now, this article specifies that any rules broken are met with at least a $100 fine. Is that true? I don't know, and I'm not going to be the one to ask. This one may surprise you, but I've actually seen this practiced. Any kind of substance abuse is prohibited, either with direct contact or engagement with illegal substances can get you in a lot of trouble. The next line that this article has written, I'm not even going to say because it's stupid and it's disrespectful. I saw this in practice with a lot of my HA friends, but with a huge group that was in an airport. I think it was in Tokyo. They had Cokes. They were just drinking Cokes. All of them. Coke from the can. That was it. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a second. There's no retirement. Once you're in, you're in. You're part of the family. And once you're in, you are always in. And they will take care of you. Stick to the rules. Okay, I'm not going to say everything that this paragraph says. You can read it for yourself, but this makes me kind of laugh a little bit. Again, we don't know specifics, but we've heard consequences to breaking the rules can be pretty awful. Don't break rules. That's just part of life. Don't do that. You're not in 7th grade. Marking your territory. Now, everybody remember, I'm going off of an article that had a clickbait title. Once a charter is established, it marks its territory. They will lay out their specific boundaries and guidelines that all other clubs must abide by, or they will have to deal with all of HA. This next one is titled, There Will Be Blood. HA and other MCs have an unwritten rule about their territory. You should never try to attempt to control territory that's already claimed by another club. Golden rule, don't be come in and try and claim my house. I bought this house. It's mine. Sometimes, article, not me, other clubs are not as respectful and might break the rules. So you need to be prepared. So those are the rules that they've outlined in this article, and I am, as I said, I'm going to link it in the description box below. Any complaints or anything, go to them, not me. I'm only the messenger. Now, one of the times, this has been probably 11 years ago, I was probably in Tokyo. I was traveling alone. I had my riding jacket. I had on boots. I mean, you could tell I was a biker. There are times that you have no idea. You would think I came from the corporate world. Stop laughing. But the way I was dressed and that I looked over at them and I noticed them, they pretty much knew I was a biker. My heart started to freaking race because I'm like, I'm in a foreign country. There's a huge ass group of HA over there. I don't know what to do, and I have to walk past him to get through the door. I'm kind of making eye contact a little bit just to kind of see that they're still seated because I was a little afraid. And as I got closer, one of the men said, "You may approach." Thought I was dead. In my mind, I'm reliving everything I had done. I'm looking at my clothes to make sure I had on no red and white. I didn't know what was going to happen. So I came up, and the man that I think was probably the president of that chapter asked me where I was going, if I was safe, if I needed help, and if I was okay. And I'm just like, so I say, "Yes, sir. I think I'm okay. This is the first time I've been in this country. It's kind of a little freaky being over here alone, traveling alone." And he asked me again if I needed any help or assistance. And they told me to stay safe, be careful, have a good trip. They were watching out for me, a woman alone in a foreign airport. They knew I was a biker, and they wanted to make sure I was okay or if I needed anything. I really appreciated that. And then a while back, my daughter was out riding, and she saw a group coming up behind her, and she started to panic, and she pulled off the road to let them all pass, which, by the way, is the right thing to do. And she said, "Mom, I was looking in my rearview mirror. After they passed, one got off away from the pack and pulled it behind me. I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. I'm like, well, what did you do? She said, I just looked at him and he asked me if I was okay and if I needed help. He saw my daughter out there on her motorcycle and wanted to make sure she was okay. When she said she was fine, she had it covered, he went back to sweep and they were off. I guess I wanted to share that with you because you really cannot read a book by its cover. It comes down to respect. Just respect. You give what you want. You respect. Don't be asking them questions. Forget about the apostrophe. Don't touch their cut or their bike or their girl. Okay? Just respect. Actually, I have several more of these videos. My gosh, during my research after this article popped up, there's several other things I want to make some videos on. So let's hope that I can get those out in the next few days or next few weeks. And let's see where this goes. And once again, this was in all due respect. I just found the article title, which it's not there now. I found it kind of interesting that they would mention HA and maternity. They are all about family, but it caught my attention. And then I'm looking through this, and as I'm reading, I'm like, yeah, you pretty much got this off of a website. Not that there's anything wrong with that, because I got this off of their website, but I'm going to link it to in the bottom so you can see it and go to them, not me. I am underlining respect. Hope you guys have a rockin' fantastic weekend. I will see you soon. Peace.